Hi everyone, my name is Cameron and I work for the Pikes Peak Library District. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about some basic bike maintenance that you could do to get maybe a bike that you have around the house working again, to hopefully get you out in this beautiful weather we've been having in Colorado Springs. Get some exercise throughout the summer, maybe see a different part of town than you're normally used to. I actually found this bike in the dumpster of my apartment complex a few weeks ago. I was taking out my trash and I saw the bike and I thought, that bike looks like it's in really good shape. I wonder why somebody threw it out. So I went back to my apartment and I got some gloves and I fished it out of the trash. I kind of wiped the whole thing down just to be safe. And as I was doing it, I was even more surprised that somebody would throw it out. There's no rust on the bike, the chain works well. There's a lot of tread left on the tires. The tubes in the tires are flat, so I know we have to fix those, but that's pretty easy to do. So I'm definitely going to show you that. I'm also going to show you any video if I find anything else on the bike that needs to be fixed as I'm looking around. You shouldn't need too many tools, especially if you're just changing the bike tubes in the tires. So that's always nice that you don't need some extra equipment. And hopefully this inspires you to kind of get your hands dirty a little bit, fix something that you already have to get it working again, and to get some exercise. I'm definitely not advocating that you go dumpster diving like I did for this bike. That would be kind of dangerous. But like I said, maybe you have a bike in your garage that you haven't ridden in a while. Maybe a family member has one that they're looking to get rid of, something like that. And hopefully I'll show you that it's not so easy. It's easier than you think to maybe do a little bit of bike maintenance yourself. I love to fix things in general. I fix my own computers and appliances and stuff like that to hopefully keep them working a little bit longer than maybe they were intended. And the same goes for this bike. It might have ended up in a landfill when it really didn't need to. And we'll give it a little extra life while we're getting some exercise. So hopefully you enjoy the video. I'll put some resources in the program instructions where you can find some basic bike maintenance resources online. This really isn't a step-by-step video just because every bike is going to be different. The bike that you're working on is going to be different than this one. So I don't want to give you step-by-step instructions in case they don't apply to your bike. But at least changing the tubes and the tires is fairly standard. So we'll definitely take a look at that. And like I said, we'll take you along if I find any other issues with the bike. So I hope you enjoy the video. Again, check the resources in the programming instructions for some bike maintenance tips and some online resources where you can find more information. Okay. Okay, I found another problem with the bike besides the flat tires, and it's a pretty important one because it has to do with the brakes. And we of course need good brakes because we want to be able to stop when we need to. We don't want to crash or anything like that. So we really do need to fix those brakes and make sure they're working okay. And I know this might be a little bit hard to see on the video, but your bike is going to be different than this one anyway, so this isn't really a step-by-step instruction video. I'm just kind of talking about what I'm doing to get this bike in working order. So if we take a look at this brake over here, which is the brake for the rear tire, when I squeeze it, it squeezes down really nice. There's tension, I can feel it, but when I let go, it snaps back right to its original position. And that's because of the tension in these cables and how they're connected. So that's what the brake is supposed to do. It's just supposed to be braking when you're pushing, but not braking when you're not. And if we take a look at the front brake, which is on this side, we have a problem. Because when I squeeze it and I let go, it stays where it is. And I kind of have to push it back to its original position. This is especially bad on the front tire because if I brake with the front tire and it sticks and I stop really fast, I could fly over the handlebars. And I don't need to break my nose again. I've done that a few times and I'd rather avoid it. So I really want to fix this brake. But I think it's going to be an easy fix, thankfully. Again, I don't know how well you can see this on the video, but if you follow this cable to the rear brake, it goes very nicely into this screw port here that screws into the handle. That's how it's connected to the handle. But if we look at the front brake over here, it's like misaligned, it's loose, and I think that's our problem. So really all I'm going to do, I'm going to pull on that wire a little bit, and I'm going to get it back down into the groove, and then that wire goes nicely into this screw, like this, like the rear tire over here. And then I'm just going to tighten these screws down, because this one feels tight, and that's what we want. We want those to be tight. We won't want them to fall out while we're riding. So I'm just doing it with hand tightening. I think that'll be okay. And now that this cable to the front brake is in there pretty securely. So let's see what happens with the front brake this time. I'm going to squeeze. Look at that. It snaps right back to how it's supposed to be. So that was a pretty simple fix. That was pretty easy, which is always nice. I like easy, especially when it comes to fixing things. So I think our brakes are good to go, but we're going to test them again later when we go for a ride. All right. That was the only other problem I saw on the bike. I tested the gears to make sure the gears were working properly on the back chain, and they were moving up and down the way that they're supposed to. So I don't think I have to mess with those. And even if you had a problem with the gears, you could probably ride it in one gear anyway. You just wouldn't have as many options. So I'm not going to mess with the gears, and I think it's time to move on to changing our tires. Okay, so I've taken the bike tire off the bike. How you get yours off will kind of depend on what your bike is like. If you can see, this one has kind of this quick release lever, which makes it easy to kind of take on and off whenever you need to. Yours, depending on your bike, you might need something like an adjustable wrench, which you probably have laying around your house, which makes it all pretty easy. So you do need a specific kind of bike tube for your bike tires. But usually that information is listed on the bike tire itself, which makes it pretty easy. This one, for instance, down here it says 26 by 2.00. So it's a 26-inch tire, and it needs that 2 diameter bike tube. So I got some bike tubes for this bike already. You can see this one here. It's 26 inches, and then down here it says 1.9 to 2.3. So those are bike tire fits within that because it's 26 by 2.0. So that's perfect. And this section of the video, you actually do need some tools. But the nice thing, well, at least with these, they won't all come like this. But they included the tools that you need to replace the tube. It's these things right here. They have a little lever on one end and a little hook on the other. And this is how we're going to unseat the tread of the bike tire in order to get the tube on the inside out. Because bike tires have two pieces. It's the outside tube, the outside tire, and an inside tube. I also noticed when I was taking this bike out of the garbage that it is missing a spoke right here. It was broken. I kind of broke it off. It had a piece dangling, which was annoying, so I took that off. I'm not planning to fix that right now. Bikes have a lot of spokes. It'll probably be okay with one. I'm not going for like a serious performance bike or something like that. Eventually the bike tire, the bike wheel might get out of alignment. And at that point I could fix the spoke, or I could probably take it to a local bike shop for them to fix it for me, because I'm not those bike spokes seems like they're pretty specific. So you need the right one, and they need to be the right tension and stuff like that. So I might save that for a professional later on down the road. But I'm going to bring you in closer here so you can see what I'm doing with the tire levers in order to get the tube out of the tire. Okay, so we're going to take a closer look at the tire as we kind of work our way around the tire and get the outside tread off of the wheel itself. And we're going to use our tire levers. There's a better look at them here. You can see it has a hook down here and this little scoop shape up here. The hook is going to end up on the spoke, and the little scoop shape is what we're going to use on the tire. So hopefully you can see this okay. I'm kind of working around the camera to give you a good angle. But I am going, let's try it right here. Okay, so I'm going to take this hook. This tire is really soft, so I'm going to press it, and I'm going to get the scoop under the edge of the tire and kind of lever it up over the rim like this. And then I'm going to move it a little bit, and I'm going to put that hook part onto the spoke like that. All right, so we have this bulge right here. This hook is here. And then we're going to take our second lever, and we're going to get it in this space that the first lever opened up, and we're going to make that space bigger. So I got my little scoop end under the tire. I'm going to slide it over. You can see that kind of pops the edge off the rim. And once it gets a little tight, I'm going to hook that around the spoke. I'm going to unhook my first tire lever, and then I'm going to keep moving from there. So we have it here. I'm going to, oop, that one popped out. That's okay, it happens. We also have a good amount of tension there. And I'm just going to slide around, and I think our tire is pretty well unseated now, so I'm just going to keep sliding and turning and turning, turning. It's going a lot faster now. And look, there we go. So if you can see, now I have the, that's really dark, but the tire is now off of the rim, and we can get to the inside where the tube of the tire is. And we're going to take that out starting from where the air valve is, because that part has to go through the rim of the wheel, and we don't want to break that off or bend that little hole. So I'm going to pull that out first. Oop, we got to take the top off. And we're going to push that out through the hole, get it over the side, and we're going to be able to pull our tube out like that. Oh, and if you see this little red spot, that's where somebody had tried to patch it before. So this tire has already been flat once before, which is probably why it won't hold any air now, or enough air. And there we go. I have the tube out. We don't need that anymore. We can throw it away. And we can start working on the new tube. Okay, so it's time to put in our new tube, which is the one I have here. I inflated it just a little bit to make it a little bit more rigid. That'll help us with getting it in inside the rim of the tire a little bit easier. And we're going to start just like we started when we were taking the last one out, by getting the air valve in the right place. So the air valve needs to come through right here, and that's where I'm going to start. We have our tire, or our tube. I'm going to get that inside the tire a little bit.
It is a little bit of a, not a struggle, but you kind of have to work with it a little bit. And there we go. I have the air valve in, and then I'm going to do just like we did before, but opposite. I'm going to work my way around the tire, pushing that tube into the tread of the tire, the outside tread, and make sure it sits in the rim of the wheel pretty well. Alright, we're almost there, and there we go. So we have the tube is now back on the inside of the tread here. We still have the tread sticking out, so we have to flip that back in. And you can kind of use your hands a little bit, but you will need your levers again. Maybe not. It's working. Well, okay. So I could do it just with my hands until I kind of got to the end. I have this last little bit here, and I'm going to use my levers again. I'm going to use this, press that rim of the tire. Well, maybe not. I think we need a little extra force, so I'm going to get on this side. And I'm going to use my lever again. If you can see, I got it between this edge here that eventually disappears and the rim, and I'm going to try to, there we go. See, I'm just going to slide it around, and that edge of the wheel, or edge of the tread of the tire, just kind of pops back where it's supposed to be. There we go. Okay. So I think we have our tire reseated pretty well. Let's pump it up with some air.